Hello and welcome to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War Kingdom Stainless Steel 6.4 the Crusader States with your host Shenrer. We had a bit of a problem and I wound up turning off my microphone. It's got a little on-off switch on the cord to the headset, and I wound up turning it off accidentally before I started recording. So I have to go back and record the audio over this episode and over the next episode because it was a two-part thingy. So you have to forgive me if it's not super accurate to what's going on in the game. We start out here, we're at the end of a turn, so I'm just doing all my checking everywhere, making sure I know where units are. I'm complaining about how crappy levy archers are. But they're cheap, they're only 60 gold upkeep, so. And I'm checking out the new archers we can do called Murtatoi, or Mortatoi. Much better archers. They have a missile attack of 5 and a total defense of 12, which is way better than 111 and total defense of 0. So we're going to build as many of those Mortatoi as possible, but they're not available just yet. You have to wait 3 turns before we can get some. But it's nice to see for sure. Yeah, we're at the end of a turn, so I'm complaining about not having enough money to recruit the units I want. I want some Knights of Jerusalem and Templar Sergeants, but we only have 7 gold, so it's not going to work, or 7 florins, whatever. And the Turks, our relations with the Turks have dropped down to just good, but we gained 2 marriages with Genoa and Norway, so our relations with them are perfect, which is great. And then I think we're talking about the victory conditions here. Yeah. How we have 18, we need 50, but we control all the provinces that we need except for Adana. We have everything except for Adana. So we're almost to the victory condition as far as the necessary territories. And we also have to eliminate the Fatimids. They only have 1 state left, and we have to eliminate the Seljuks. The problem here is the Seljuks are fucking huge, and I don't mean like as big as we are. They're probably about the same. They're probably a little smaller than we are, but that's going to be a big problem. We're going to have to deal with it when the time comes. And that's probably going to be after the Timurid spawn. And after the Timurid spawn, things are going to get really fucking hectic. If they come down to Jerusalem, oh man, that's going to be a pain in the ass. The Timurids are so bad. Oh man. However, if they go to like Constantinople, then we'll be fine. But yeah, we still have 5 cardinals. We're at perfect standing with the Pope. The Pope is of the Crusader States, and he's only 53, so he'll probably live a while. What the hell am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing here. I should be ending the turn here. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was checking all the faces to make sure all the faces on my towns were green before I ended the turn. Yeah, because if you end the turn and your faces are like, you have like a blue face, then you have a chance of it turning red. So if you ever have a blue face, make sure you lower the tax a little bit so you don't wind up with a red face. And then we pause, and then we'll unpause when it's our turn. There we go. Khwarizm, rebels, and then us. And here our spy, or not our spy, our assassin. This is our first assassin. He's pretty clumsy, it seems. Couldn't even kill that dude. And we're adopting this 17-year-old kid. And a Woodsman's Guild, which is a bonus to archers. Built in Luxor. I don't know why I accepted this. I accept it for some reason. Luxor is a castle down at the bottom end of the map. I think more likely we're going to convert that to a town, but whatever. It's a castle for now. So we got a priest in Mecca, so we're going to get him outside so we can see where he is more easily. And then I'm checking all my territories to make sure they each have a priest, because You don't get... It's not very obvious when one of your territories, when one of your priests turns into a heretic. And that heretic, wait, he's 78 years old. That fucker won't die. But, like, my priest in Edessa turned into a heretic, but it doesn't give you any message about it. It just happens, and you have to be aware of it. So we're going to recruit a new priest over here and make sure he comes quickly to counter that stupid heretic. I hate heretics so much. Alright, so we're going to fill up Edessa, make it all happy. I think we're sending a general over there as well. Yeah, there's the general for Edessa, so get in there. Now they're happy. And then we're going through retraining before we waste all of our gold. I'm really good at wasting gold in this game. It's really easy to spend everything you have. King Baldwin, he's 42. So he's going to live a while, hopefully. He's got perfect authority, lots of piety. He's decently chivalrous. And he's an okay commander, so that's nice. Yep, get a priest in Luxor. Retrain some dudes. And we're moving that general over to Damascus. And making sure we got construction going where we need it. And as the Crusader states, it's important. Well, I shouldn't say it's super important, but I feel it's important to effectively roleplay the Crusaders as being people who would bring Christianity to this region. So I'm making sure there's a priest in every region, and I'm making sure we upgrade all of the churches that we build. So that's why I started building the first abbey up there in Antioch, and we'll bring abbeys and cathedrals and everything along later. And here I'm discussing our plans. The next step in this campaign is to invade Byzantium. We got to get 50 regions somehow, and I don't want to go to war with Catholics. So to avoid going to war with Catholics, we're going to have to fight like the Moors, or Novgorod, or Kiev, or the Cumans, something like that. So the first target, the closest target, is the Byzantines. So the goal here, I'm just checking, making sure they're still at war with the Turks, and they are. They're at war with a lot of people, which is good for us. They don't have a single fucking ally, whereas we have 4 allies, 5 allies. So we're in good standings right now. If you're ever in trouble, go get a freaking marriage. You marry some princesses, you get instant alliances, and those alliances are decently lasting. And if you have trouble doing that, just pay people money, like I've been doing to the Turks. We're not even the same religion, and the Turks think we're like the best buddies ever. Our relations go down every turn because we're the wrong religion, and because we have the holy city of Mecca and we have their holy city of Jerusalem. So they're not happy with us, but we keep paying them money, so they're okay with it. It's one of the ways you can manipulate other factions in this game. They haven't even called a jihad on us. I mean, that's how cool the Turks are, you know? And yeah, we're making sure we have places that can build decent ships along here, because the plan with Byzantium is we're going to bring a lot of armies to the coast, and we're going to build just a few ships. We're going to use those little few ships to bring our armies over to Byzantine lands, and then we're going to declare war and invade with like 5 or 6 armies all at once, all at the same time. So I'm working on like Luxor, where we have a full army. I'm working to make sure it's happy before we take that army out and bring it to the coast. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm moving diplomats around for some reason. I think I'm talking about how the Byzantines will probably take Benghazi, which is fine. If they want to kill off the Fatimids for us, go for it. More power to them. Yes, yes, I'm still chatting about Benghazi for some reason. I can't believe I turned off my mic for recording this. I just screwed that up majorly. I'm bringing that army up to Gaza because they need some retraining. They lost a lot of troops, probably. Oh yes, and I have this useless spy who's just sitting over here in Oman. So he's going to go sneak around Sharjah. I'm surprised the Turks haven't taken Sharjah yet. And this guy's trying to find the towns along here. He's trying to find Kerman right now. And Kerman's like right there. There it is. There's Kerman. It helps to know where these cities are. But yeah, we're probably going to have to go to war with the Khwarizm at some point. And I want to get all these little wars, well they won't be little, but I want to get all these wars out of the way before we even think of fighting the Turks. Because the Turks are going to be a real pain in the ass. Because they border us on so many fronts, you know? And we're sneaking around here, Volga Delta, so I think that city, yeah, that city's going to be Astrakhan, so we're going to have to move up there, yep. And this dude's just going to go sit next to Byzantine lands. Reason being is when we go to war with the Byzantines, we're going to need a lot of diplomats over there to be ready to talk peace. Or, you know, something. Because they're at war with a lot of people. Sicily, Fatimids, Kumids, they're just at war with everyone around them. That's not a smart thing to do. If you ever play as the Byzantines, get yourself an alliance with Kiev. Get a royal marriage with them. Get yourself an alliance with Novgorod. Get a royal marriage with them. Get yourself an alliance with whatever Catholic faction borders you to the west. And I think it's Hungary. Because they'll be like a buffer state between you and all the other Catholics. And then you can focus on fighting the Turks. And at the same time, try to get an alliance with like the Fatimids. Because then maybe they'll fight the Turks, you know? You gotta have some type of strategy when you're playing a country like Byzantium who is pinched in on all sides. Just like the Crusader states are pinched in on all sides. Oh, and here's our stupid assassin failing again. These I think the very hard setting does affect the success rate of these guys, because, wow, they fail a lot. Oh, there's some Knights of the, whatever they're called, Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Those guys are awesome. Yep, bring our spy over there so we can watch if the Byzantines take it or not. And this guy, I think we're bringing him up to Byzantine lands over there. We're gonna have to start moving all of our agents up there, all of our diplomats and spies and everything. Here we go. No, 22%. I think we're going to try to find something higher than 22%. 14%. This guy sucks. Merchant. Yeah, kill the merchant. 16%. Nah. There you go. 42%. Yep. It's going to take next turn for that. So we're still moving dudes around. Getting our armies up to the coast. Retraining some guys. And building some ships, but we're bankrupt now, so we'll have to wait till next turn to build those ships. Trying to find my diplomats over here. Now this guy's out here trying to find marriages, so he's going town to town and he's clicking on them to see if there's any agents, because that's where the princesses would show up. And one thing to keep in mind is we don't want to get a marriage with someone who's in bad standing with the Pope. Like, I believe I'm checking here the standings for France, and France has crappy standings. They're almost at 0 with the Pope. So we're not going to look for a marriage with France. We might have at the beginning of the game, but now that France is in shitty standing with the Pope, we're just going to ignore them. We're going to move on to Aragon, Castile, and Portugal. And I think I decide on Portugal, because they're really far away, and they're probably going to be at war with the Moors, which is what we want. We want to be buddies with somebody at war with the Moors. Because the Pope tends to like factions. Oh, here we go. See, here's a diplomat, and he's right next to the HRE. So now we're checking standings for HRE, and they're even lower than France. So we can't marry that princess because the Pope would not approve. So we have to move on. So now we're going to check Scotland and see if there's an agent. Nope, no agent. So there's no princess there. And I think I'm making a wisecrack about how that dude is in a kilt. It really is weird seeing Scotland controlling Brussels and Antwerp. And we had another son being born, and you can see our family tree is all male. There's like no women anywhere, except for the one princess that we married off. That's it. But hey, at least our faction leader, at least that marriage that we got him, is panning out. You know, he had a kid, so maybe they'll have more kids, which is fine. Okay, so now we ended the turn, and now we're waiting for our turn to come back around. Damn, heretics need to go away. Now the next step up, Archers Guild in Luxor. So we spend another 2,000 gold. I don't think we're ever going to build anything down there, but who knows. Now that we actually have money, we're going to make sure we get good standings with the Seljuk. So I think we give them 2,000 here. Yeah, give them 2,000, just gift it. And that'll bring our relations up to very good again, which is what we want. Make sure they don't backstab us. Yeah, the most advanced faction. And Denmark and the HRE are at war with each other. And we built a bunch of priests. So I take a little time here making sure our priests get out of the towns they're in so that we can see them more easily. There's one in Odessa. And we're checking to see if we can actually kill these heretics, and no, the success rate's like super low. Yeah, the heretics are doing a good job of converting our people, so we're going to have to get rid of them. And the rebels as well, we're going to get rid of those rebels. They're so annoying. Yep, all of our buildings. Nothing really to build in Gaza. We have to wait for it to grow. Damietta, not a whole lot we want either, so we're just going to wait for it to grow as well. Here we are, we're going to build some more ships to get our dudes up to Byzantine lands. And here we're going to do the Knights of Jerusalem and some Javelin dudes probably. Yep. And here are the, sergeants and knights. The next step, since we did our job of killing off the Fatimids, we recruited as many units as we could. It doesn't matter how bad they were. Since we've done that and we were successful, now the next step is to make money. And making money would require us to A, upgrade our units. So we build the good ones and delete the bad ones. That's called upgrading. And then the other thing is reduce our units. We have a lot of units sitting around that originally were to placate the populace, to make the people in the newly captured cities happy, and that takes a few turns. But after that few turns are up, you can move most of those units out and the town will still be happy. So that's the next step. And once we've moved them out, we can delete a lot of them. Because we don't need, 20 million spear militia, and we don't need 20 million dudes with clubs. So we're going to be deleting a lot of these guys. And hopefully building better ones. But that's one of the things in this mod, is the number of units you can recruit is decently small. So you can't have massive, gigantic armies of good units. You can have massive, gigantic armies of crappy units, and that's what I've been doing to pretty good effect so far. Now we're going to move that army out of Luxor and get them to the coast. Probably leave like 1 unit. Yep, all they need is 1 unit and they're still happy. So that's what we'll do. And now we're going to do that stupid, cheap way of killing agents. We're going to take 10 guys or more and just surround them and then destroy them. I figure there's 2 heretics here. It's a good time to do it. And yeah, this is... I don't want to say it's an exploit, but it feels like an exploit. It feels like something that they should have fixed, but they never did. This is in Medieval since the very beginning of Medieval 2. This has always been able to do this. And I don't remember who told me about this, but whoever it was, thank you, because this is an amazing way to save yourself a headache. Heretics are really hard to kill. Like, you can have a 2 piety priest, and then when he turns heretic, he's all of a sudden like 6 piety. Or you have like a 4 piety priest, and all of a sudden he's a 9 or 10 piety heretic when they convert to heretic. It's so dumb. So like super hard to kill. And this way, oh, he's dead. I like how they all turn in to watch the guy die. It's hilarious. It's like they're turning their swords on him or something. So now we're surrounding the next one, which is just, you know, step by step, moving guys in. I think he's surrounded now. Just making sure we have 8 guys in the square. Yep, now we're going to move this guy into the middle to kill him. And he's dead. Falls over and squirms on the floor. I really hate doing that, but I feel it's justified because A, they never fixed it. It's not like it's new. This game's been out for ages. And B, because heretics are just hard to fucking kill. I'm sick of heretics. I hate them. And then we'll have to use that army to start killing those rebels next time we can move. You can see we have a full stack here in Al Aqaba. We're going to use them as well. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Should be ending the turn sometime. Oh, we're talking about Hedjaz. Right, our mission is to convert them 51% Catholic. We're almost there. It's like 48%. Sending down some Knights Hospitaller to Gaza. And bringing some skirmish cavalry as well. Skirmish cavalry is just amazing. It really is. If you use them right, they can like utterly destroy an enemy's morale. Land units will never catch up to skirmisher cavalry. They're awesome. And you never have to fully engage them. You just kind of shoot some arrows at them. Alright, so we're checking for princesses, and they don't have one there. Still checking. Ah, there's one Portuguese princess. Yeah, baby. And look at this. She's 10 hearts, 10 charm, perfect charm princess. But it says the offer is demanding. So we're out of money at this point. So my only option is to like offer to give them map information. And I think we even offer to go to war with their enemy, the Fatimids. because I don't really care. If we would go back to war with the Fatimans, it's not going to hurt us one iota. Yeah. I'm doing a lot of discussing it, but really what it comes down to is we want to get this marriage very badly. I don't want this princess to get away from us. I don't want this princess to go marry like Aragon, and then we'd be stuck without a princess for our faction heir. So we give it a shot. We say we'll offer to attack. We'll give them our map if you give us your princess, and they say no. And I'm swearing a lot on the microphone, but since it didn't record, you don't get to hear it. She's 39, so she's almost past childbearing age, so we need to get her now. And this guy's checking Scotland for princesses, and there's not one there, but it looks like they fought off the HRE attack, so good for them. And there's still not one there, but we'll keep checking. We obviously can't get to mainland Scotland, so we're stuck in Brussels and Antwerp area. So now we're moving our Diplos around. This guy's going to discover Astrakhan. There it is. And then I believe we start heading back. Yeah, we do. Head over to Kievan lands, Kievan Rus. This guy just kind of dances around. He's going to Trebizond. But yeah, that's it for this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you join us next time in the further adventures of the Crusader states.